Congratulations everybody, we have made it to the end of 2024, all in one piece. 2024 was a very eventful year for me. I actually managed to finish quite a few major video projects, some of which have taken years for me to complete. And this year I returned to playing Splatoon 3 and making new videos on it. It was a really big, eventful year for me, and now I have to ask, what's next? I have no idea. Let me take you back a few years, all the way back to 2022. That's when my wife and I moved back to Nebraska, where we had gone to college, and I decided to take the opportunity of giving myself a fresh start to tackle a big project that I had been planning on making for almost a decade by that point. Pokemon the First Movie fandom. I spent the entirety of 2022 making it, and I'm very, very happy with how it turned out, but it did essentially take me the entire year to do, with very little time for me to focus on just about anything else. In 2023, I did the exact same thing all over again, where I decided to create a brand new project that took me even longer to complete. Pokemon Abridged, Fire Red, and Leaf Green. And I only just finished that this year in September. It took me over a year and a half, almost 2 full years for me to complete that series. In 2024, I also made The Magpie's Gift, which is a Zootopia audio drama that essentially I just had a spur of the moment idea earlier this year to make it, and I did it, and it is great. It's probably the best project I've ever made, as a matter of fact. So over the last 3 years, essentially what I'm getting at is I've been focusing almost full time on making these big, elaborate, scripted videos that I had never had the opportunity to do before, and they've all been really great. The biggest problem, of course, is that they haven't actually been earning me any money. Pokemon the First Movie fandom is copyrighted material, and I couldn't even post it publicly for anyone to see. If you want it, you have to join an exclusive Discord server. Pokemon Abridged, the views were always fairly low until like last week, when all of a sudden it blew up out of nowhere. And The Magpie's Gift, it got about what I expected in terms of view count on my channel. But my point is that these really big projects that I spent my entire working life making, barely made me any money whatsoever, certainly not enough to pay the bills. So I tried making a few other things over the last few years to earn me more money, to offset all the time that I had been pouring into these projects that have not been earning me money. In 2023, I created a brand new travel vlog channel called Skull Travels the World. After a while, I just sort of realized that it was way more effort than there were people who are watching the videos. My average view count on that channel is about 150 views per video, and for the sheer amount of time and effort it takes for me to edit something to my standards, it just wasn't worth it. I consider it a dead channel at this point. It's been a very long time since I posted a video on it, and the most recent video I posted was the first half of a trip I took last October to Florida. I don't know if I'm ever going to post the second half, much less anything that's happened since then. This year, in 2024, I created a brand new channel called Zootopia Home Video, which has been a lot of fun, and I'm glad that it's something really chill for me to sit down and make videos for, but that will never ever earn me even a single dollar, because it's such a niche of a niche and people just don't care about watching those videos. My most viewed video there is only 600 odd views, and most of my videos get less than 100. And even if it did someday just explode in popularity and got 1 million views per video, there's only so many copies of Zootopia on home video that I could possibly show off, and it just can't last forever. My goal for 2024 for this channel, my main Skull channel, was to upload on average 1 video every week. So 52 videos total, and this video right here that you guys are watching is 54. So even though I missed a few weeks, I think that there were 2 weeks where I didn't upload anything, I still managed on average to upload a video every single week and then some. So I actually hit my goal this year for this channel. Granted, most of those videos were talking head videos, very similar to this, where I just sit here and talk to the camera with very little editing put into it. But a lot of the others had a whole lot of effort, a whole lot of scripted content and video shots and narration and all that stuff. It was a mixture of stuff, but it kind of felt like the more I put effort into the video, the fewer views it got. Views this year were always incredibly low, rarely hitting 1,000 views, even for my Splatoon videos. Last week's Splatoon 3 video, last I checked, only had 300 or 400 views, which is incredibly discouraging. I figured that me returning to Splatoon those videos at the very least would get views, and some of them did, but like I said, it feels like the more effort I put into them, the fewer views that they get. And I can't tell you how discouraging that has been for me to spend this entire year trying to make my channel relevant again, and it feels like the longer I try, the worse things got. With all of that being said, I don't know what I'm going to do next. For the first time in nearly half a decade, I don't know what I'm going to do. I spent 2022 making my Pokemon the First Movie fandom, 2023 and 4 making Pokemon Abridged Fire Red and Leaf Green, 2024 making the Mad Pies gift and trying to make this channel relevant again, Splatoon videos, all this stuff, and it feels like it didn't work. It feels like I actually failed to save this channel. Not to say that 2024 was all bad, however, like in terms of how my real life went, this was a pretty good year, one of my best years ever as far as I'm concerned. The biggest highlights for me were I appeared in my very first movie, a full-length theatrical film. I appeared in one for the first time in my life, and that was super exciting. And I also rolled credits in a video game where I saw my name in the credits for the first time. And it wasn't Skull, it was my real name. It was a special thanks, but it was something really incredible for me to roll credits in a game that got a physical release and know that, wow, my name is carved into the game's credits for all of eternity. And man, that's exciting. I also started voice acting this year. After doing a few auditions over the last few years, mostly I spent my time focusing on making my own projects. Once I was done with Pokemon Abridged, I finally had time. I got this microphone here mostly so I could audition for voice acting, and I got some roles, some of which are for really big things that I can't tell you about it yet because it's under NDA. So I have always been passionate about voice acting, about entertaining people, and now that I am able to actually do it for other people, that is really exciting for me. My biggest goal one day is to have my name credited in a video game as an actor or a TV show or something like that, like something big. That's something that I really want to see happen, and guys, I think it might actually happen. I might have made some connections. I might, like, it helps that I actually have a really big range in my voice. All you need to do is watch any of my scripted videos and you'll know that. So yeah, that's exciting. In terms of big things that happened this year in my real life, I also went to New England in April to see the solar eclipse. We got to go to Washington, D.C. and go to Niagara Falls and spent a day driving across Canada. Quebec is weird, by the way. And in June, we went to Alaska for a week, which was just such a perfect trip. It was beautiful. It was amazing. I got to go to Juneau and Anchorage and Nome and Utqiagvik and took a train that took all day from Anchorage to Fairbanks. It was a beautiful, perfect trip. And in 2025, my wife and I are gonna go to Asia for 3 weeks. I've been planning this trip for almost a decade now, and now it's finally happening. It's booked, it's paid for, we're ready to go. We leave the day before April, and man, I'm just so excited for that. But in terms of what I'm going to do for work, I just don't know. To be clear, I do still have my main source of income, which is I stream for East Asia Soft on their Twitch channel 3 days a week. That's been my main income for the last 3 or 4 years now. It pays enough, but it's not really what I'm passionate about. What I want to do is I want to keep making videos to entertain people. I am an entertainer. It's what I do best. It's what I've always loved. I do have some ideas for what I want to do in 2025. The biggest ones that I can think of off the top of my head are I want to do a Breath of the Wild permadeath video series because I love that game and I've never done a permadeath on it. I think doing a master mode permadeath could be really fun for videos. I want to play through Final Fantasy VII Rebirth on hard mode. I almost have my platinum trophy for that game. I never played Rebirth in my normal playthrough on this channel, and I know a lot of people actually really enjoyed watching me play through Remake in 2020, so finishing the game's platinum by replaying the game in hard mode with all the cutscenes and stuff, I think that could be fun. I want to return to shiny hunting streams, and I want to do more Splatoon 3 videos as well. But the problem with all this is, with everything I just listed, is if nobody watches it, then what's the point? And I don't want to sound like I'm complaining too much here, because I know full well, I am very aware of how privileged I am to be in this position where I can actually sit in this chair and ramble to a camera and make that my job. You know, I know how hypocritical it sounds to me to sit here and be like, I have the best job in the world. Why is nobody watching my videos? But the sad reality is that I need people to watch my videos in order for it to remain my job. If I don't get enough views to justify the time and work and energy it takes to make these videos happen, then it's very discouraging. It makes me not want to make the videos at all. And I don't want to let down the people who are still around. But again, my Splatoon video last week only got 300 views. And those videos take me like 5 to 8 hours to make for each of them. That's just a lot of time and effort for very little payoff. For anyone who wants to see more videos from me, please tell me what you want to see. What do you want to see more of? I need to know what my audience wants. As a little FYI, as a little peek behind the curtain, I've never known. I have been essentially guessing for the last 10 plus years of what people want to see on my channel. And lately I've been guessing wrong. So if you guys could just tell me what you want to see, then please do. I would really appreciate it. This is something that happens to every single YouTube channel. Everyone who's ever made YouTube their career and has made enough money from it to make it their full-time job, every single channel without fail comes to a point where they have to decide, is it worth it to keep going or should I go somewhere else? And I'm at that point right now, and this is my decision. In 2025, I am going to be focusing all of my attention elsewhere. In 24, I tried my absolute hardest to put at least one video a week up on this channel. I succeeded, and now I think that it's time for me to back away so I can refocus my attention on other things. I will very likely keep making videos on this channel, especially if you guys tell me what you want to see more of. And I just listed a few things that I would love to make, but only if I can guarantee that people will be around to watch the effort that I put into making the videos. What I had been doing in 22 and 23 was I had only made videos about things that I was passionate about, rather than making it an obligation of trying to find something, anything to put up every single week. And I think that the quality of my videos from those 2 years is a lot higher than the quality from this past year. Even though this past year I did make quite a few hits, like the transferring Pokemon from Gen 2 to Gen 3, that was definitely my biggest video. It was my biggest video in years, but that's not repeatable, and I can't do that every single week, nor should I try. If I can be completely honest with you guys, I don't know what I want. I wish more than anything that this channel could be brought back to life again, but I guess this year has just proven that that's not going to happen, and I don't want to force it to happen. I don't want to try my absolute hardest to make it happen. I need to just accept this channel is dead, and I need to focus my time and attention elsewhere. I want to try and find some new project that I can be just as passionate about as I was with Pokemon the First Movie fan dub, and Pokemon A Bridge Fire Red and Leaf Green, and the Magpie's Gift, and any other big scripted projects that I've done over the last few years. My purpose in life is to entertain people, and I have to believe that I'm still here so that I can continue doing that. I believe I have been put into this position so that I can bring a spark of joy to the world that would not be there otherwise. To everyone who has ever watched my videos, even one of them for a few minutes, from the bottom of my heart, thank you so much. You have truly made this the best job in the world, and I would never have traded it for anything else. I guess we will have to find out together what's going to happen to me, to this channel, to everything that I do. We're going to have to find all that out together in the future. But hey, I'm here for it. Hope everyone had a great 2024, and I hope everyone has a great 2025 as well. That'll bring this video to an end, and this concludes my weekly upload schedule from 2024. I made it, and I'm proud of that. Thanks everyone for watching, and even though I don't know what comes next, stay tuned for more.